Hello and welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics Top Picks for New Comic Book Day this upcoming Wednesday, November 18th, 2020. New Comic Book Day, best day of the week. Oh, I haven't said that for a couple months. So I'll run through what I'm looking at this week, give you some top picks. I'm going to talk about some books coming down the road, which I think you're going to want to get. At least I'm getting them anyways. It's up to you whether you get them or not, but those are ones I'm looking at, so I'll talk about those. Talk about a few books I picked up over the last little bit when I wasn't doing videos. I just want to touch base on some of those. And, obviously we'll talk comics here in just a second. I want to give a special thank you to all my subscribers on YouTube and followers on Instagram. You're all awesome. I say it every video, but I really mean it because I was away for a while there. I wasn't on Instagram. I wasn't on YouTube, and I know people were sending Nick messages, and he was texting me like, "What's going on? Are you okay?" And people are concerned. And yeah, everything's fine, folks. I just I took a break. I was busy with work, and I was working on a project which hopefully I can share with you in the near future. I think you're gonna like it. So, anyways. But anyways, just, yeah, everything's great. So, but thank you to everybody. You're all awesome. I say that every time I do a video. Whether you agree with what I say or not, you're still awesome. So, it's all good. And talking about Nick, Key Collector Comics app, you know the deal. It's a great app, ton of good info. Jim Comics will give you a free 1-week trial if you haven't tried it out before. Really, I use it as a resource all the time. I think it's great. I don't necessarily run out and buy every book he puts on there. I think some of them suck balls because it's not something I'm interested in at all, but it's a great app regardless. And he's a knob, and I think of him as a friend. So anyways, yeah, Key Collector, you know the deal. Let's get into some books this week from indies. I'm going to start with them first. We Live with #1 second print is out this week. I grabbed the first print. I'm going to actually show you that here. Well, and actually, no, I'll show you that in a second. But I grabbed the first print a while back when it came out, and I'm definitely grabbing the second print. It's going to be a lower print run, and if that one ever gets picked up, which I kind of think it might, that being a low print run will be a good one to have. And then the second issue, #2, is out this week. You got a regular cover, and I think it's a 1 for 10, the second cover for that one. So that's one I'm looking at for sure. From Boom Studios, Somebody's Killing the Children, #12. I mean, what do you say about that series? It's been a great series. I'm glad I picked that #1 up, and I got every cover and every reprint of that #1. Man, that's a good series. That's a good series. Anyways, there's 3 covers this week. You got a regular cover. You got a nice Momoko cover for all you Momoko fans. There's a Momoko cover B, and then there's a cover C for that one as well. So that's been a great series. That's it from Boom this week. I'm looking at one from IDW. Man, I'm really looking forward to this one. This one looks like a good series. I'm picking this one up for sure. It's Sea of Sorrows #1. I love black covers, and the story sounds really interesting on this one, so I'm picking this series up for sure. I think it's a 5-part miniseries. I forget. It's either 4 or 5. I think it's 5. I've seen the cover for issue #2. Man, it's another nice black cover with a diving helmet and a skull inside. Oh, this is wicked. But anyways, this Sea of Sorrows #1, I recommend you pick that up if you can. I like cover A, like I said, really nice black cover. Cover B and cover C are both retailer incentive covers. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of either one of them, so I'm not even going for those, but cover A is the one I want. And this is done by the guy who did Road of Bones, Rich Duick. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Sorry, Rich, if I'm screwing that up, but he's the writer who did Road of Bones, and that was a pretty good series too. So I'm looking forward to that one. That one looks really good. I highly recommend you pick that one up this week. From Image, you got Ice Cream Man #21. I mean, what do I have to say about Ice Cream Man? It's awesome. Love that series. And they've had some really cool Dr. Seuss covers, as you know, in the last few months there. I got all those. They're awesome. 2 covers for Ice Cream Man. I'm not a big fan of cover B. I'll probably just grab cover A of that one. And one from Scout, Children of the Grave #1. Only the 1 cover. That one looks interesting. I'm gonna take a read of that one. That looks pretty good. No other reason than it just looks awesome, so I'm going to get it. From DC, only 1 title I'm getting. Man, DC's really kind of not too. I don't know where they're going. I'll be honest with you. This whole Future State thing coming down the road, I'm going to give it a read and see where they're going with it. But anyways, we'll see what happens with it. But right now they seem to be in flux. People leaving and new books coming out. Anyways, we'll see what they're canceling titles and everything else. But anyways, the only book I'm getting from them is Batman 103. Tinian's doing a good job with that series. 3 covers for that. Your A and B covers, and then cover C is another one of those 1 for 25s that they've been putting out recently. And it looks like Clown Hunter and Ghost Hunter have a bit of a battle on that, so that should be interesting. Gonna get that. That's it from DC. From Marvel, Mortal Hulk number 40. As you know, I love my Mortal Hulk, and it's coming. Something's going to happen at some point. I mean, it's ending at 50, so I don't know where it's going, but I'm kind of wondering if Devil Hulk, when Immortal Hulk ends, I'm wondering if they're going to bring the series back as the Devil Hulk. I'm kind of thinking that's what might happen, but we'll see. I have no inside information on that. That's just my opinion. Anyways, we got 4 covers for number 40, and it's funny. Did you guys all see the spoiler variant for? Oh, damn it! What book was that? Was it Venom? I can't remember what it was, but it was a spoiler variant. All it said was Null is coming on the cover. What? Oh, Marvel, that was lame. Anyways, Mortal Hulk number 40, 4 covers for that one. Strange Academy number 1, the 5th print is out this week, and folks, I hope you're picking this series up, and all these reprints of number 1, I highly suggest you pick those up, because at some point that is going to be turned into a Disney Plus show or movie or something, and being that there was a ton of first appearances in that number 1, man, keep picking those up if you can. Symbiote Spider-Man, one of these King in Black books, number 1 is out this week. And this one looks good. There's a ton of covers for this one, so I'll put some of them on the screen while I'm talking here, but Nick had this on his app, but it's just the solicitation for it. But what it says is Null has worked at the edge of Marvel Universe for years, witnessed one of Null's earliest attempts at birthing life from the darkness of non-creation. So I don't know, it sounds like you may or may not get a new appearance, or a first appearance of a new character here. Do you remember, I know way back, this, I don't think I need to tell anybody this, but Venom 4 is... Well, you guys don't know my opinion on Venom, if you aren't buying that series. But anyways, number 4 was the whole origin of Null, and that's the one where he showed him creating All Black, and that was technically his first creation. And then in this, if you remember this Venom, Web of Venom Wraith series, one shot I should say, Sentry meets up with Null, and he's taught, and Sentry's saying he stole his soul and all this other crap, but he's saying that Null is telling him that he used the esoteric latitude as a dumping ground for all his failed experiments. So I'm wondering if we're going to have, it sounds like that's we're going to get something maybe showing up that was dumped into that area out there, and who knows, but this Symbiote Spider-Man is one I would recommend you pick up this week. I'm just getting cover A. I'm not going crazy and buying I might get one of the black sketch covers out. It's kind of a neat looking cover, but that's one I would recommend you pick up just because there's potential for a new character showing up in there. Whether or not it does, I don't know, but I'm gonna grab one. Venom number 30. Again, what do I say about Venom? Got 4 covers for that. Again, I'm just getting cover A. I'm not going crazy with all these limited variants and everything else, but if there is a nice cover, I definitely will buy it. But anyways, that is it for my picks this week, folks. Not a huge week, but there's some good books in there. So my picks this week are We Live number 1, the 2nd print. Definitely recommend that one. Sea of Sorrows number 1. I like cover A, to be honest, out of all the covers on that, and I like that series. That's got an interesting story to it. Strange Academy number 1, the 5th print, definitely pick that one up. And Symbiote Spider-Man King in Black, like I was just mentioning, number 1, try to grab that one too. That looks really good. So I want to talk about a few books coming down the road that I think you're really going to want to get. You got DC Future State, the free comic that's coming out. November 24th. That is such a good one. You get a lot of times in these free comics, they get first appearances and everything else, and it's not a preview like a preview magazine. This is actually a 32-page comic, so definitely one you're going to want to pick up. So that is one for sure. November 24th. Talk to your shop and tell them you want a couple copies of that, because they're supposed to get twice as many copies of that as they order of Batman. So they should get a few numbers of those in, because Batman is obviously a bigger title. King in Black, and again, if you don't get it, don't go paying stupid prices for it. It's a free comic, guys. King in Black #1 comes out December 2nd. I'm looking forward to that series. Looks really good. But there's, for all you Momoko fans, there is a Peach Momoko regular priced variant. And I don't like, I'll be honest, I don't like all of her artwork. But when she does Null, I've got her Silver Surfer Black #4, 1 for 25 Null cover. I love Null. And she's done a really good job on this King in Black variant. I like that one. That's a nice cover. That's a smoking hot cover. So try to get that one pre-ordered, because that will likely sell out for sure on New Comic Book Day. On December 9th, you've got Crossover #2. I'm going to talk about that in a second. I think Donny Cates is putting something together with this that a lot of people aren't cluing into yet. And make sure you pick that series up. I think that's got some real potential. And then it's Marvel Tales, talking about Null, Marvel Tales Null #1. It's a reprint of Venom 3 and 4, Carnage Born, and Venom 25. But it's got a really nice In-Hyuk Lee cover on it. It's a pricier book. I think that one's like $10. So you're going to pay a bit for it, but it's tying up some key issues with a really nice cover. That's kind of a cover buy for me, I'll be honest with you. But that's one if you're man, that's a gorgeous cover. So I'm definitely picking that one. I pay a lot more for limited variants than I mean, I know they're a lower ratio and all that. Yeah, I get it, but that's a gorgeous cover. So I'm definitely picking that one up. So I just want to talk about Crossover. I mentioned this one just a second ago, #2. I did get the secret variant. I called my shop the day it came out, made sure I got. He had already put it in my box, which was awesome. But anyways, got that. A couple other copies. But what I think is happening with this, I put some stuff on Instagram. I posted about that. I just because it shows a cover of the upcoming God Country sequel in here, which is really cool. But if you remember in Thor #2. Donny Cates wrote in there, it looked like basically it was the DC characters Superman and Wonder Woman and Flash and Batman all racing off to face the Black Winter. So it's interesting, and at the time a lot of people are like, oh, is Marvel going to buy DC? Is there going to be a crossover event? And you know, I don't know if there's ever going to be, if Donny Cates is doing a crossover, but it would be really interesting, because I remember seeing Donny Cates sitting with Jim Lee, and Jim Lee did a sketch for him, and shortly thereafter all this other stuff started happening. So a lot of this stuff takes at least a year to happen, so I don't know, I'm just kind of curious. I think something's going to come down the road out of that, and Donny Cates said he'll see what happens with it. I love Donny Cates, so I'll buy everything he does. But anyways, I just kind of think that's interesting. I think something may be coming with that. Some of these characters in here you may be seeing showing up in Marvel or DC. That's just my opinion. Whether or not it happens, I don't know. We'll see. I did pick up my Wolverine #6 with your first appearance of Solemn. Whether or not it goes anywhere, I don't know. But anytime I can get a new X-Men character, I'm picking it up. I did pick up Cyberpunk #1. My son is big into video games, and he said, Dad, that's going to be a really good game. So try to get that book, and I did. It's a lower print run too, and that's I love yellow covers, and that's a nice one. So anyways, talking about We Live #1, I picked that up as well. The second print coming out this coming week, and yeah, I got a couple copies of that one. And I just want to show you, I finally did get my We Only Find Them When They're Dead #1, that limited variant there. So I got that as well, and I'm pretty happy because it's a gorgeous looking cover. So anyways, folks, that's all I got for you this week. There's some good books out there. Stay sharp, stay fresh, stay healthy, and happy hunting out there. And remember, this is really, really important. Nick is a knob. Talk to you later. Bye for now.